Well, so far on our trip down here to Baja, our RV has been hit twice, and it's resulted in some minor damage. Now, the first one involved an oncoming semi-truck going at highway speeds, and it was quite a doozy, and I have video footage of the whole thing happening. But the second one was another weird situation that happened when we were actually parked, and it was our neighbor who's in a big diesel pusher, but it actually wasn't him, it was a boat that hit us. Now I'll explain this whole thing, what happened, and what we're doing about it, coming right up. So this is an issue that we know is always a possibility. These highways are very narrow in spots, and there's really nowhere to go. So, what you do is you go and you hug the right, and the truck hugs their side, and you pass by, and everything's fine. Now in this situation, we've come in contact with tons and tons of trucks, and you just kind of get used to this maneuver. And it all works out. But in this case, we had this one truck, and I noticed he was kind of hugging the center line for some reason. And, there was no room on either side of the line because there's no shoulders on some of these stretches. So I saw him. I'm like, oh, he's pretty close to the center. And I moved over as far as I could to the right. In fact, you could see me move over. I'll show you this video clip. And, to the point where you can't even see the edge of the road anymore. Any further off, I would have been off the road. So I moved over as far as I could. I still noticed that he was kind of sitting close to the center. And as we went by, just like this, like boom. And I said, oh, there goes my mirror. It's got a chunk missing. The mirror fortunately still functioned and everything. It was just a big chunk of that plastic that got knocked off. Everybody was fine. It was just like I kind of thought it was funny because you just know this stuff's going to happen at some point. It's kind of the risk you take coming down here with a Class A. But the next day I pulled up all the video footage I have, because I have cameras on all four sides of the RV, and I pulled up the video footage, see if I can capture the moment that actually happened, and I did. So I can see the oncoming semi, and then there's a few frames where he's actually passing by me, and then I look at the driver's side camera that's facing backwards, and I can actually see the actual piece of plastic flying backwards, that he knocked off. And you can also see kind of when he's coming in the side view, where his wheels are in the lane. And you can see where I'm at in my lane. So there's nothing I could really do about it. You just have to deal with it. And the other alternative would have been for me to go further off the road, and that could have been even more dangerous. So at the end of the day, we lost a chunk of our mirror. I'm going to have to repair it somehow, or possibly replace the mirror. I think I might be able to actually repair it, but I'm not going to worry about it right now. The fix right now is probably going to be some tape. I wish I had the plastic piece so that I could just tape it back and do some kind of plastic weld. Well, here's my temporary fix for the mirror here. A little gaffer's tape. Yeah, check it out. I'm gonna call it my Baja Band-Aid. Nobody's hurt, we're all safe and enjoying ourselves down here. But yeah, it was really interesting to actually see the video footage of what actually happened. It took some time to actually find it, because there's a lot of trucks that day when we were driving, and it's just like, is this the one? Is this the one? Now the second unfortunate thing happened right here while we were parked. And it was our neighbor here who was maneuvering his Class A motorhome. And he actually had a boat parked here. Right now you can see the boat trailer. But yeah, he had left it, he came back, and he was maneuvering his diesel pusher. And in the process, he bumped his boat on the trailer, which caused it to swing around. And the trailer actually hit my compartment door here, and you can see that it's bent up a little bit, and the compartment door is actually damaged and warped, and there's a frame behind it that's also bent, which is keeping this latch from latching here on the side. So yeah, that was a real bummer. You know, when it happened, I knew he was moving his RV around, but I was standing on the other side of the rig, and Melissa was actually inside here, sitting down, and you know, you heard this boom, and the whole rig shook, and we thought the damage was going to be something more significant. Luckily, it was just the door. I pulled the slide in and out just to make sure that everything was working. Everything else looked to be intact. It was just the door here that crunched. But you know, it gave us a little bit of experience kind of navigating the Mexican insurance situation. But they sent an insurance adjuster out, took a look at it, took some pictures. The whole process was just fine. We had to communicate via Google Translate. He didn't speak English. Now, I already made some calls to the Winnebago parts folks and figured out what it was going to cost to get a replacement door. It's a special order thing, but they're able to actually replace it. And you know, I don't think I'll need the hardware, but I'll be able to get a replacement door and then take it to a body shop to get it painted. So that's going to be another project when we return home that I'll have to kind of manage, and it's all going to work out. For now, I'll just need to kind of make some tweaks and modifications here just to make sure that this side of the door will be able to be secured while we're traveling on the road. Well, we still got more traveling to do down here in Baja, and we're having a great time. It's very relaxing. The weather's been great. You know, hopefully, fingers crossed, you know, I don't create any more projects for myself. Let me know if you have any questions about this whole situation, and I'll respond to you in the comments section. But take it easy. I'll see you down the road.